All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Friday afternoon. God bless you in the name of Yeshua, Jesus the Messiah. As the Bitcoin price is struggling, man, and I'll be honest, I had to close out my one long trade from yesterday. Closed it in a loss. This is still the long trade from yesterday. I added to it on the dip after taking some profits. It's the same trade I was in yesterday, added to it on the dip. Was in the red for a little bit. I had taken most of the trade out. I added. I kind of FOMO'd out of this one too a little bit, so stops at the entry. Let's see what happens as we currently are rejecting from the VWAP. Alright, this is the 12-minute chart. This is the 10-minute chart. We've been at VWAP for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 minutes, an hour and a half. Yes, I can count and do math. Isn't that amazing? But yeah, guys, things are looking crazy for Bitcoin right now. Things are not looking strong right now as we are coming down toward the low, around 98,000 USD. And we got to give a major shout out to everybody in the house. Major shout out to Flippa Frank. Major shout out to Dowsy Boy. Shout out to Lego Ego. We love Canada. Shout out to Eric Farrier. Shout out to Harley. Shout out to Bullish on Parade. Shout out to John Blake 695. Took me 9 months to see my abs once I started for real. What are we talking about here? Vitamin B helping us out big time. Man, I've got me some vitamin B12 in my veins right now. Injected straight into the vein, baby. Just kidding. No Christmas music is awesome right now. What kind of weird? GTA 6 will come out before alt season. It seems like that's true. Zcash up tremendously well. Yeah, we're going to take a look at Zcash today. We're going to take a look at some crazy coins that are pumping. Major shout out to Caleb Broco right at 1111. Shout out to Crypto Coons. Shout out to Makey Bellas who says let's go. Major shout out to Dave Digital. He wants something with maple syrup. Guys, do you say syrup or syrup? Okay, do you say syrup or syrup? Major shout out to HFG. Major shout out to Casual TA. Major shout out to Kevin and Investment Time BD. Shout out to Fred Sloan and Bling Daddy 9106. I exited all crypto when Bitcoin was 120k, looking to get back in. And the question, of course, of the day is this, guys: buy the dip, yay or nay? Time to sell or buy the dip? Make sure to smash up the likes, guys. Major shout out to Alex O Crypto. I love you, Jay. Have a wonderful day and weekend. God bless you, Alex O. I love you too, man. You are the man. Straight from Canada, guys. I think we have a lot of Canadians in the house today, and they all do make their own maple syrup from their own maple trees. In fact, that's a fact. I don't think, can you be a Canadian citizen without tapping your own maple trees and turning it into maple syrup? I don't know. Canada is this strange mythical place for us Americans. We don't know. We basically feel like it's kind of like America, except some people talk weird, and some people speak French, and Tim Hortons. But other than that, it's very mysterious. All right. Other than that, it is very mysterious. What dip? Says Joe San Gug Lie. Ear are almost 4711. Dowsy's from Canada. That's what's up. 15J Tizzle from Canada. What's up, Jay? The best of the best. Well, I don't know if I'm the best of the best, to be honest. I failed to make my own syrup, and now I'm in Texas. I love syrup. I make my own. Not from Canada, but from Pakistan. Okay. Yeah, all right. Now, us Americans, we don't know much about Pakistan either. All right, we don't know anything. Canada is pretty gay, though. I hear Canada was pretty gay. I mean, Justin Trudeau, right? Pretty gay, for sure. But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, America's pretty gay too, right? Dave Digital's from India. Short till 92. Shout out to Around Town. Shout out to Gary's Child Kraut 3178. Jason, I saw a car with the golden Fibonacci 618. That's so cool. All right. That's cool. I love to see the golden pocket. The Juanita license plate. All right, all right, all right, all right. Well, first of all, guys, a few things to talk about before we get into the analysis. Global crypto market slipped 0.7% to 3.49 trillion with 24-hour volume at 180.4 billion. So basically, we haven't moved at all. All right, Bitcoin not doing very much. All right, Asian equities dipped. Nothing too crazy. This one's a little interesting. Institutional demand for Bitcoin slows as treasuries and ETFs show cooling inflows. All right, so we're seeing institutional demand for Bitcoin slow down. We're seeing slowing down on ETF inflows. All right, these are some important fundamentals because they actually do affect the money going into the asset. Something else quite interesting today is the fear and greed index, guys, is extreme fear. We're heading into extreme fear. It's not officially extreme fear yet until we get to 15, but we are pretty close. And I don't use the greed and fear or the fear and greed index to trade, but we should keep our eyes on it because when we are in extreme fear, that's when we get the relief rallies that tend to come. Also, let's not forget the fact that we are at a very key support, just below 100,000, just around 100,000, very important area. All right, and we can take a look here. This is pretty interesting as we're looking at the price of Bitcoin and the fear and greed index. All right. The last time we were this low was back in April. And as you can see, guys, back in April, that was a very significant bottom. All right. And the time before that we were this low, I mean, we haven't really been this low for a long time, guys. We have not been this low for a long time. Very, very bearish sentiment, surprisingly, for a bull market top, honestly. It is a little bit out of the ordinary. Some other interesting things that we need to take a look at today, I'd say, are going to be some of the altcoins that have really performed quite well. All right. We've seen some altcoins perform quite well. Like, for example, we looked at it yesterday, ICP, Zcash going absolutely insane. All right. Dusk, Studang, 248%. That is pretty crazy. All right. So, and of course, DAI, the AI coin. We're going to take a look at these as well. Make sure to smash up the likes, guys. Bitcoin is attempting to reclaim here the VWAP. All right, we're attempting to reclaim the VWAP. Let's see if we can. If we can reclaim the VWAP, I would assume we can hit the target back at 104.4. We will have to wait and see. This is the 4-hour chart here, guys. All right. This is the 4-hour chart right here. Okay. Okay. This is the VWAP right here. Let's go to our daily time. Well, actually, we'll start on the weekly time frame. Just to recap everything that's happening here with Bitcoin, guys. This is the weekly time frame for Bitcoin. Here is the deal. We need to hold above $102,000 right now if we want to see more upside. It's crucial to reclaim 102,157 on Bybit USD. This is crucial, absolutely crucial. Why is it so crucial, Jason? Well, I'll tell you why. Wait a second. There we go. Wow. It is so crucial, guys, because that is the last major low that we put in at the bottom of this local range. And so if we cannot close the daily candle above this level, man, it is not looking good. All right. Weekly market cipher B. How's she looking? Not the best here, guys. It looks like there's plenty of room for downside after confirming the scary and bearish upside down Sam Bankman-Fried man boob pattern. Right? We can see the man boobs getting lower, the money flow getting lower as the price is getting higher. In fact, if we paste Sam Bankman-Fried's beautiful chesticles on top of the chart, we can see the resemblance is indeed striking. All right, the anti-hero of the last bear market. I wonder who the anti-hero of this bear market's going to be. I can't wait to see what kind of uneven anatomy they have on their body so I can use the same meme for the next 4 years every single day. Now, let's go to our daily time frame on Bitcoin here. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Yesterday, what were we doing? Yesterday, we said, look, I had taken the long trade because we got the reclaim, and we came back down for the retest. All right, I closed out one of my long trades yesterday because we came back down and we closed the daily candle below the level. So for me, that macro idea, much less probable now. Currently today, guys, when we look at this daily candle, we have literally rejected from 102.157. So not only did we fail to close yesterday's daily candle above, but so far today, the daily candle has wicked up to 102.2 and then has getting a rejection here. We take a look at market cipher B on the daily time frame, guys, and things are looking worse than yesterday. The momentum wave definitely sagging more. There's definitely no chance we're going to print bullish divergences in this local range here, and we are about to invalidate the bullish divergence possibility from back in the middle of, or the end of August, right? Actually, September 1st. The 1st of September, you know, so yesterday we were saying if we can reclaim 102 and we can make a higher momentum wave, then there's a chance that we could see a bull div play out. But unless we get that reclaim soon, guys, we are about to invalidate this bull div. I'm pretty sure it's pretty much totally flat, all right? It's not much of a bull div as much as just a double bottom here on market cipher B. Market cipher, the best indicator on TradingView. I have it right here on my hoodie, market cipher. You can see there's a sneak peek at Jason Casper's desk. I've got a picture from my little girl. She made this for me. All right, she made it for me. Amazing. Thank you so much to my little girl making me that picture. You know, we've got the keyboard on the desk here. We've got the plunger right down here. We've got the textbook for the Hebrew class that I'm currently teaching. And that's about it. All right, but market cipher, that's what we're talking about. Market cipher. All right, what kind of an accent is this even? Do you even know? I don't know. Okay, where do you source the hoodie, Jay? I think on the market cipher website. But I'll be honest with you guys, Flop and Groper sent me like a whole box of market cipher merch for free. So, but I'm pretty sure you got it on the website. In the past, everything I bought, which I have bought a lot of market cipher merch in my day, has been off the website. All right. If I had chose this hoodie myself, I would have gotten the blue logo, not the pink one. All right. But you know, look. Sometimes in life you just end up wearing pink. Yeah, so the bull div's not looking the best here. And look, if we cannot reclaim 102, then we are shooting down to our next major key support, which is going to be below $98,000. All right, so that's going to come in around this area here. Now remember, we have major confluence just below. So if we cannot reclaim 102, what are we shooting for? Well, the Fibonacci golden pocket from the low in April to the all-time high, which is going to be right around here. We have the high volume node of the entirety of the range, all the way since November 2024, right around here. All right, this is going to be insanely important swing long zone coming in between 93 to 97. And look, if we don't hold this, then we're going to have to end up making a rotation back down to the bottom of our more macro range below $75,000. All right, now I'm not trying to scaremonger, I'm not trying to fearmonger. We just have to acknowledge the fact that, look, when you're in an uptrend, if you don't bounce from the Fibonacci golden pocket, which also, not only, guys, is the Fibonacci golden pocket, let's remove all these other fib levels here. All right, we'll remove all the other fib levels. When you're in an uptrend, the Fibonacci golden pocket, the 618 Fibonacci, confluence with the dang high volume node of all of this price action, and the value area low, confluence with the dang anchored VWAPinator from August 2024, right? When you don't bounce from this, then there's a really strong chance that the uptrend is actually over, and this is not just a retracement, right? It's not just a retracement in the uptrend, in which case then we have to expect we come back down to the support resistance flip at the bottom of the macro range. And right now, this is our macro range, right? You guys see the importance of this level here. There's many things here. If this isn't going to hold, we would expect actually a move back down to this lower range here. That's just kind of how price action works, right? So this is a critical level right now for Bitcoin. Are we going to hold? Let's see how that long scalp is doing here. It's doing pretty good, actually. Let's go down to the 3-minute time frame. It's actually doing pretty good. You know, we're above VWAP now. I might add to the trade a little bit. Should I add to the trade a little bit? Let's see if we can reclaim our key yellow line. I'll add to the trade a little bit here. We're going to shoot for the top of the range here. I think we could get a little bit of squeeze, a little bit of cheese on the squeeze, baby. All right, this is the same long from yesterday, guys, just so you know. This is the same long from yesterday. Back yesterday, on November 6th, when we longed right around here, took profits, added to the trade at a lower level. All right? Because it's a make it or break it zone. Here we go, baby. Bitcoin pumping. Let me sniff the sandals. Bitcoin pumping. Let me sniff your sandals. Oh my goodness, we're getting a 3-minute pump. Let me sniff your sandals. All I want to see is a beautiful green candle. All right, but again, we need to reclaim. It's not, you know, it's pumping now on the low time frames, guys. But what's really key today is a daily close above our perfect level of 102.157. That's what we need. Let's go to the 1 hour. We're knocking on the door. Bitcoin's knocking on the door. We've got a little bit of 1 hour bullish divergence here on this last drop. You see that, guys? 1 hour bullish divergence looking kind of good here. Money flow looking kind of good. Money flow looking good. 1 hour giving me hope, all right? The 1 hour is giving me hope here. Now, if we reclaim 102.157, that does open the door for a move all the way back up to $117,000. Why? Why am I calling for that? Well, because, look, we have our sideways range. This is our clearly defined low. If this is now really a higher low and we close above, this is our first sign of a reversal, which means we probably get a big old short squeeze, which means we could very easily come back to the top of the sideways range here. All right? So let's see what happens here. It's very key. All right, very, very key. Come on, baby. Very, very key. If we can't close the daily above 102.157, I expect to come down to our next big zone of confluence here. All right. Let's take a quick look now at ETH. All right, let's take a quick look here at ETH. As we know, ETH right now is also flirting with the most critical areas of support now flipped into resistance, namely 3351.00. I know I sound like Joe Biden reading a dang teleprompter. But yeah, 335100. Text Joe 33510. Okay? Now, why is this so key? Well, it's the bottom of a range here. Again, same thing. Like yesterday, I thought ETH was going to be able to close a daily candle above. We were unable to. And today, ETH also back testing major resistance. We have 7 hours left for ETH to prove itself. Ethereum, you got to prove yourself, girl. Show us what you're made of. And if we can get that close above 3351.00, that does open up the door for a move back up to, well, first of all, this poor resistance flip at 36.88. But more so, this could open up the door for continued bullish structure to squeeze the shorts that we have opened here. I'm sorry, someone gave me a thumbs down. I guess somebody is a Joe Biden fan in the crowd. Don't be embarrassed to be a Joe Biden fan, all right? All right, but here's the thing that you have to know about Joe. You think you're a Joe Biden fan, but look, here's the truth.
Now, let me be clear. I've been dead since 2019, and every time you've seen me on TV, it's either been a deep fake or a body double.
All right, he's been dead since 2019. Whenever you see him on TV, he's either a deep fake or a body double. Okay? This has opened up the door for a big old squeeze. All right? A big old squeeze. But we need to reclaim 3351. Let's go to Market Cipher B, and let's just acknowledge the fact that we don't have any kind of regular bullish divergence here. The only hope we have for Ethereum, guys, is this. All right, the only hope we have right now for Ethereum is this. the hidden bullish divergence. I mean, really, that's it. If we're going to take it from here to here and say, look, we're making a hidden bullish divergence, I don't really like that hidden divergence too much, simply because, well, I don't like this as a bottom signal either. So, yeah, it's a little bit tough here. It's a little bit. It really is a little bit tough to say. Our only hope for ETH is a hidden bullish divergence and a reclaim of 33.51. If we're not going to reclaim 33.51, guys, what does that mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. We go ahead, we take our Fibonacci golden pocket from the low to the high. I said we take our Fibonacci golden pocket from the low to the high. And you can see we're currently holding this. All right, if we lose that, we're going to come down to our next Fibonacci golden pocket around 2600, the next major support resistance flip. Right? It's all about those key levels. In addition to this, we take our volume of the bull market range. And you can see value area low, the bull market range, also coming right down at that level. That's going to be our next key level. Now let's take the macro range pull from 2021 all-time high. And you can see if we don't hold 2600, our next level is going to be 2000 ETH. Now what's so funny is these numbers, they shock people. They're so shocking, whatever. Look, we just saw $2,000 ETH back in June, a few months ago. And before that, in April, we saw ETH under 1,500. All right, you can see right here how amazingly important the level we're currently holding is. All right, let's just reiterate how important this is. We have multiple intersectionalities here. We have the macro 4-year point of control. We have the local Fibonacci golden pocket. We have the local double bottom. Okay, massive amounts of intersectionality. Got to shout out the fat, white, ambiguously gendered college students majoring in trans, non-carbon, binary, emission, gender, intersectionality studies. All right. Maybe some of the few people that would actually understand all this intersectionality on the chart and how important intersectionality is. All right. Look at that beautiful hair. Wow. Is this Justin Trudeau? Is this a picture of Justin Trudeau? He put on some weight. Must be all that Tim Hortons. Anyway, let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance and see how that's been hanging. Wow. Okay, so this is interesting here, guys. This is interesting. It's actually what I like to see, to be honest with you. So, remember yesterday, guys, we were saying for the elements to be right, for us to see an actual alt season, we're losing hope, but it could still happen. First, we need to see Bitcoin lose this trend line, all right? We have lost the trend line. On today's candle, we are falling straight through. If we break down from this, we are going to probably scoop all these lows and come back down to 57%. And I don't see any reason why we can't actually make our way back down to the low we had here at 54%. Now, if this is going to happen, we break down. That means we are going to see altcoins outperform Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin can hold support, specifically if Bitcoin can hold the mid-90s, or where we're at right now, and we start to get a rotation back up toward the top of the range, well, then we might actually see if Bitcoin's let's say Bitcoin goes for the high again. Very possible scenario, right? Bitcoin goes for 120 again. We might actually see a real alt season here. All right, Q1 or, you know, end of Q4. Okay, so this is nice. We're seeing money flow out of Bitcoin into altcoins. Makes sense. We've seen some altcoins perform really nicely lately. Let's take a look at altcoin dominance here. Look at this. You know, very interesting. What did we say yesterday? We said one of the things we want to see for altcoins to get a pump is we want to see this diagonal trend line hold. All right, this diagonal trend line, what is it? Well, when we zoom out to the weekly, we can see that this is simply a massive parallel channel. Massive parallel channel going all the way back to 2024 March. All right, and we were all expecting a big move up to the top of the channel here. Okay, but so far we are seeing a good sign, which is, yeah, we're actually bouncing from this trend line. We made slight higher high today with a wick. First major sign of strength on altcoin dominance is going to be reclaiming 970 billion to reclaim this key support here. That would actually start to look pretty nice, right? We had a big old wick. We formed a range. We made a higher low. We took the low of the range, bouncing from the trend line. Now we can go back for the highs, right? We can come back to the highs. So this is looking pretty nice here. And again, if Bitcoin is going to hold support at let's just say you know, all that intersectionality that we marked out in the Bitcoin chart, if Bitcoin can hold that, I'd say that there's no reason why we couldn't see some money flow into altcoins. Now, let's check out some of these big gainers here. All right. I want to check out Zcash first because everyone's been talking about Zcash. You know, Zcash is CZ backwards. Did you know that? Look at Zcash. Wow. On the day, would you look at this? A major gainer here. A major gainer. We haven't looked at Zcash since December 2024. We were looking for a breakout and a backtest of this. That didn't really happen, but would you look at this in hindsight now? Wow. 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 Okay, Zcash, one of the best performing assets of the bear market. Oops, did I say bear market? We are currently seeing a $700 Zcash. We're up right now, you know, in the last few weeks going back to September, 1,000%. Everything else is dumping. Zcash was the play. Who would have thought, man? The old 2017 Zcash, right? Pretty sure this is a privacy coin, right? Absolutely amazing. Look at this. We're above the April 2021 high. This is what we all wanted all our altcoins to do, right? Let's take a look at the weekly market cipher B on Zcash. To be honest with you, we are in runaway train momentum territory. We have a market cipher B wave at 122. That is insane, man. Let's go to the daily time frame. Money flow, very thick, strong momentum. Here's the thing, guys. I'll be honest with you. Obviously, on the day when you see this type of pattern, this type of parabola, this is not something you want to be buying right now. Okay? When you see this pattern, this is not something you want to be buying on. This is what we saw on gold on the weekly time frame when we said it's unsustainable. Okay? This is literally what we saw on gold. We're like, this is unsustainable. All right? Except for gold, it was the weekly time frame, right? We're seeing the same pattern on Zcash right now that we saw on gold, which, you know, it's not necessarily a bearish pattern in and of itself, but it means pullback imminent, right? Pullback imminent. Look at this beautiful, by the way, Zcash. This is amazing TA here. Look at how the previous all-time high at $372 was perfect resistance, and then we flipped it into perfect support with a double back test, and then off to the horse races. Wow! Wow! Look at Zek. Good old Zek. All right, let's go to a lower time frame here. Daily looks nice. 4 hour. The 4 hour doesn't look bearish. All right, we don't really have any major signs of a slowdown. Not even on the 1 hour. We don't really have signs of a slowdown. Not even on the 1 hour. You know, I wonder how Pirate Chain is doing as well, because I am bullish on privacy coins in the long term. I think that's going to be really important. But anyway, let's see here. Are there any bearish signs anywhere? Let's go to the 12-minute. Even the 12-minute is ambiguous. All right? Even the 12-minute is ambiguous. Man, Zcash looking strong. You know, not something I would buy, because you can't buy a pump like this. If you're smart, you're not going to buy a pump like this. You know, we're up 100% on the week. You can't buy a pump when you're up 100%. You missed the move. We're up 100%. Too late to buy? Yeah, 100%. Get it? Ha. Now, what we would need to do is wait for some kind of range to form, wait for some kind of pullback, if we were interested in Zcash. But I'm not seeing any strong bearish divergences here. But so it's kind of going to be like the wait and see kind of thing. So where's our top going to be? Let's assume the top is in. What we could do is pull a fib from the previous all-time high, right? Look for where that golden pocket is. And would you look at this? We have a beautiful confluence. Let's say the top is in and we get a massive red candle tomorrow, okay? 514, 502 to 514 right now is going to be very major support for Zcash. This is our last little order block here. Let's go to the daily. Do we have a daily order block? We don't. 12 hour. We don't. 8 hour. Yeah, we have an 8 hour order block. We have ourselves a golden pocket. We have ourselves a value area high. All right, this is actually going to be a really great place to just kind of give back that parabolic move. All right, for something like this. All right, could be nice. Could be nice. All right, let's pull some more fibs here. Let's take it from the bottom. Let's take it from the... Okay. Yeah, I kind of like from the back test of the all-time high. You know, it's giving us a really nice golden pocket right there. All right. So shout out to Zcash. Let's take a look at Insane Clown Posse, which was pumping also yesterday. Insane Clown Posse. Man, this is absolutely beautiful, I have to say. This is absolutely beautiful for Insane Clown Posse. You know? Look, not all juggalos are complete white trash, trailer trash, you know, drug addict, alcoholic, kind of like crazy people, all right? Some of them live normal lives. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? You know, I thought that they were all a little bit retarded. Honestly, I honestly thought all juggalos were a little bit retarded. But it turns out some of them live normal lives, and then they just become juggalos on the weekend. You know? It's like those weird guys that like, they like to dress like women, but no one knows it's a secret. They do it on the weekend. Same with the juggalos, all right? Juggalos are basically cross-dressers. Some juggalos are basically cross-dressers, all right? Now, you might be asking, Jason, what does Internet Coin Protocol have to do with Insane Clown Posse? And the answer is nothing, guys. Nothing. But you can't come out with a dang crypto and call it ICP when there's already something called ICP. You get what I'm saying? Now, why does this look so nice? Well, this wick on Insane Clown Protocol has come all the way down to this level here, taking all the bear market liquidity, all of it, guys, while we were forming this bullish falling wedge pattern, right? So look at this. We have a bullish falling wedge pattern. We took all the liquidity, and now we're actually about to confirm a weekly candle above that trend line. We've confirmed multiple daily candles above the trend line. We have a really nice bottom on the weekly. This is amazing. Like, this is what we would have hoped to happen for a lot of other higher cap alts. And the target of our wedge right now is going to be $21. Once we come to $21, look at this. Just pure liquidity to squeeze here. Okay, pure liquidity to squeeze. So, again, look, we're kind of late to the move here. We've literally gotten a move of about, since October 10th, we're up about 600%. So that's kind of late. So what would we do now? Well, if we're interested in becoming a secret juggalo, what we can do is we could pull some fibs. All right, let's pull a fib from the low to the high. All right, you can see that maybe if we get a bit of a pullback here, let's check out our volume. Let's pull a different fib. Let's actually pull it from the value area low. Yeah, maybe if we get a pullback down into this zone right here to backtest the support resistance split, dip a little into the Fibonacci golden pocket, that could be our ticket. Our ticket home. All right, our ticket home. This is our ticket home, guys. Let's go ahead and pull this trend line a little bit more precisely here. You know, I'd say as long as we're not losing the POC at $4.09, that's still pretty valid. Now, this honestly, look, all things considered here, we do have to be a little bit careful because things are bearish in the macro, all right, in crypto in general. But we've got these outliers here, so we should be aware of the key supports. All right, that's going to be a key support. Let's go ahead and pull the volume of the entire wedge here. Wow. Yeah, I'd say there's no reason why we can't continue up here right now, all things considered. We have a very strong impulse here. This is not a bearish move, right? And this is Zcash. This is not some random rug pull coin. This is Zcash. This is a legitimate asset here, okay? So I'd say pull back into our zone where we have the POC, the golden pocket, you know, something like this here, the support resistance split. In fact, let's clear up all the noise. Let's clear off all the noise. We've got ourselves this area right here. All right, this is going to be the area to come back into backtest right here. Right? The previous consolidation, the Fibonacci golden pocket. Right? The support resistance flippity flip flop, and the POC. You know, it's just it couldn't be more clear than this. Couldn't be there couldn't be more intersectionality than that. All right, is this Justin Trudeau? Let's see. Let's zoom in here. You can always tell if it's Justin Trudeau by looking at the lips. You know, people don't understand the forensics of lips. If you're trying to rob a bank, don't ever let them see your lips. You'll know for certain who it is. Watch this. Look at that. Is that Justin Trudeau? I think so. Think so, yes. Yes! Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Man. Wow. All right. Okay. Let's check out Sapien again, all right? Another AI coin. Wow, look at that. Total rug. Okay, so Sapien, you know, this is not Zcash, all right? This is some random coin, but oh man, we're at the golden pocket now. Let's pull it from that major low. So look, the only level on Sapien I'd say, which is nice, is gonna be the support resistance flip, golden pocket, right? But I really don't like that daily candle, guys. That daily candle is looking crazy. Let's go to the 4 hour. I mean, it's really looking crazy here. I mean, there are so many single prints here. There are so many single prints. Guys, we could so easily just fill all the way back down to the bottom here. This is the half-hour chart, guys. All right, this is the half-hour chart. All right, so if we go ahead and put on our dang TPO. All right, I mean, look at this, guys. We have a massive single print right here. We could fill this in literally just as quick as we went up. Let's go to our 15-minute chart. Let's go to our 10-minute chart. This happened in 20 minutes, guys. We could fill this all the way back down in 20 minutes. So really what we need to be doing, guys, is we need to be looking for a bounce from around the support resistance flip, right? Basically the top of the single prints. We come into this golden pocket and get a bounce. And if you don't see a bounce here, and especially if we're losing this golden pocket, expect a fast move down on this Sapien, all right? This Sapien over here. You know? The old Sapienator. The old Sapienator. All right, let's check out some of these other outliers here. We'll check out DAI. All right, DAI, 618%. It's got the fib number in the percent gain. That's quite interesting. Wait, this is the stable coin, right? What the heck? What is this? This is the wrong chart, huh? That's a stable coin. Is that money flowing in? Let's see here. Do I have the wrong ticker? Here we go. Wow. Okay. Would you look at this? This is on MEXC. Let's see if we have Binance. Same deal. This is a wild pump. This one I definitely would be cautious, guys. Let's go ahead and pull a fib low to high. We're currently bouncing from the Fibonacci golden pocket though. You know, tapped into that 618 there. Yeah, I'd be cautious with this, but here's what we do have. We have this clear trend line connecting these highs. All right, so yeah, I'd say we could just Tory trades this one. You know, we come down, we bounce from the trend line. You know, who knows? Even if we make a lower high there, let's pull the fib from the low to the high. Did we pull it from the low? Oh wow, it doesn't even make a difference. Let's see if that's our 886. Yeah, you know what? It's a zone between the 786 and the 886 here. I'd say that's actually the area where, if this thing's gonna get a bounce, where I'd be interested. But I would honestly expect probably a lower high here. Come down, maybe do something like this. Right? Maybe eventually come back down to the support right here. you know, before another bounce. But who knows? Interesting. 618% on the day. Going back to yesterday, it actually pumped way more than that. 1,197%. Man. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Alright, Bitcoin holding above that VWAP here. So that's good. Alright. Holding above the VWAP. Let's see if we can't come back up towards the top that we were looking at yesterday. Alright. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Do I believe in original sin? I don't know. I ain't no theologian. I don't know. Alright, we have over 800 people in the chat. 200 likes. Let's see if we can't smash the likes up, alright? Let's see if we can't smash the likes up. Small alts are flying. Theta, Polkadot. Let's check out Theta and Polkadot, actually. And we'll check out Filecoin as well. Alright. You guys are funny in the chat. Jason ordering pizza on the phone. No, Nick. But you know what I did do the other day? I did eat pizza. I took my kids out for pizza. Real pizza. And I did have like 2 bites of an actual slice of pizza. And it was amazing. You know, it was amazing. Alright, let's check out DOT real quick. Wow. Okay. Like, honestly, DOT is looking pretty insane. Oh my goodness. We literally went to zero. We went to zero, guys. Polkadot went to zero. And now we're trying to reclaim support. Man, I hold a lot of DOT. This is insane. This flush is insane. Alts literally went to zero. So let's take a look at markets. We do have insanely bullish divergences here. I'm not going to lie. The bullish div on the weekly is pretty convincing. But so was this whole entire area of being at support with bull divs. Very convincing. All right. We are currently trying to reclaim support. We do have bullish divs on the weekly. We have bullish divs on the 2 weekly. Money flow looking nice. The daily looking good with the money flow. Yeah. Look, I mean, this is not financial advice because Polkadot, I don't know if the tokenomics could allow us to come back to the top of the range here, but I mean, we have just seen a massive liquidity flush. We've literally gone to zero, which means the upside potential right now is about 200%. The downside potential is about 80%. So it's about a 2.5 to 1 risk reward to that range high. But I would say this, if we're looking at this for a spot play, it's a little aggressive because like literally everything that's just happened is a little aggressive. We haven't seen a major sign of strength. We haven't reclaimed resistance yet. But assuming that this last local low is in, given the weekly divergences here, I'd say we do have ourselves a nice like 10 to 1 risk reward spot play. Okay? At least. Alright, not financial advice. You know, again, I bought Polkadot back in 2023, December. Right here, live on stream, expecting the breakout of this resistance. Because we were breaking out of this and backtesting it. And how did that work out for me? Well, you could see that I lost. Of course, it's a spot, so I still have it, but about 90%. Alright, down 90%. So again, not financial advice. Just a typical idiot crypto YouTuber who lost 90%. You know, what can you say? But it's a pretty good risk reward right now. That's what I have to say. Let's check out Theta, because, you know, I have some pretty strong interest in Theta. Man, Theta also went to zero. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, man. And Theta's looking really weak too. Theta's not even back to attest the oof, and we are invalidating any bullish divergence here on the weekly. Theta is probably, I hate to say it, but it looks like it's out of the game, man. My goodness. My goodness. It does not look good. That's a real bummer. That is a real bummer. That is a real bummer, man. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. All right, guys, I have to remind you, make sure to sign up to KCEX if you love low fees and you want to trade Bitcoin altcoins. Also, make sure to sign up to the Casper Crew VIP Discord, the best community in the world, at jasoncaspertrading.com, where we give the trade setup in advance and tell you when we're taking the trade, not financial advice. Also, guys, currently trading on BLOFIN. If you like cool rewards and low fees, I'm also trading on WEEX. And if you know how to trade but you have no money, I'm partnered with Klein Funding right here. Partnered with them. In fact, I just made $8,000 shilling Klein Funding, and I just showed it to you all. And if you want to increase my affiliate earnings, then you can sign up to Klein Funding as well. But I can't find the pricing page. Let's see. Here we go. 25% discounts on these funded accounts. 15% discounts on these instant pro funded accounts. You can start trading a $50,000 account right now for less than $1,000, and you could start trading a $200,000 account for less than $500 with the coupons in the description. All right, and that's pretty much all I have to shill right now. Well, no, that's not true. I also shill Market Cipher, and I also shill my free trading course. So come over to playlists and click Jason Casper free trading course, and there's 18 series of a free trading course where I literally give you everything, not everything, but everything you need to get started and become consistent and profitable. I'm not even kidding. Totally free. All right, totally free. People would literally charge like $1,200 or more for this information, and I'm giving it away 100% free. All right, make sure to check it out. Can we get a full dozen eggs today? Yes. Here's the thing. Here's what we're got to do. There is an egg code today. The egg code is potato. All right, the egg code is potato. In the Discord, whether the VIP or the non-VIP, what you can do is you can go to the egg zone. Let me show you in the Discord here. All right, join the free Discord, link in the description. Join the paid Discord if you want to access to the community and all that stuff. But the free Discord, the egg rewards area, okay, these eggs that you can accumulate are redeemable for prizes. All right, your path to giveaways, rewards, and prizes. All right, Discord activity, Twitter engagement, live streams. All right, games and all this kind of stuff. We play games in the Discord every single month where we give away eggs and we give away cash. All right, we only give away the cash in the VIP Discord, but what you can do right now is join the Discord, go to quests. All right, hang on. Here we go. And fill in the word potato. All right, potato. And you will get eggs. Now, these eggs are redeemable for prizes. All right. I just got 5 eggs. If you're in the VIP, you get 5 eggs. If you're not in the VIP, you get 1 egg. The reason why we're doing this is because we want to reward the community for providing value to the community, right? It's kind of like a value for value model in a lot of ways, right? You provide value to the community. We want to provide value back to you. All right, make sure to check that out. Looking like stocks are starting to make a switch. Let's check out quickly. Caspa, Tau, Arrow, Sui, Link. J-Boy Bear says, don't trip, hit the like and buy the dip. Let's actually, before we check out stocks, I do want to check out Chainlink. I mean, here's the thing. I hold a lot of Chainlink, guys. I hold quite a bit of Chainlink. I have to be bullish on Chainlink. Just like I have to be bullish on ETH and Sol and AVAX. These are good projects. I am bullish on Chainlink. Right now, Chainlink, we cannot deny the majorly bullish divergence that we got on the weekly. All right. Let's check out the S&P 500. Before we do that, let's see how Nvidia's doing, because we did see some insane dumpage. What in the world is this? Wait, what? Hang on. What the heck is going on? What's up with this chart, man? What is up with that chart? Here we go. Okay, yeah, wow. So we are dumping, man. We are dumping. Still, Nvidia's still dumping down on the day. Gap to the downside. That is pretty wild. Let's check out ES. ES dumping, all right. S&P 500 also dumping on the day. We got some pretty bearish divergences. NASDAQ dumping on the day. We got some bearish divergences. Man, okay, so things are not looking the best across the board here. We just have a few altcoin outliers. Even the dollar is dumping, LOL. It's impossible to reclaim this resistance here. Just got a local swing failure pattern liquidity grab of that local resistance. So, man, across the board, things are looking pretty not the best, honestly. Shout out to Crypto Crank. Yeah, and this is true. Preparing for War says don't use prop accounts if you're a swing trader. Yeah, you got to be a scalper, really, because you cannot be in much drawdown. All right, so make sure you understand that. Puts on a McDonald's hat, looking to see a good risk to reward ratio. Absolutely, absolutely. Honestly, man, this has been a rough few weeks in general, just for me personally in these markets. I'm not gonna lie. Just my altcoin portfolio is absolutely destroyed. You know, besides some scalp trades, I have not had a single successful day trade or swing trade, I guess you could say, on Bitcoin. I've been trying to long these lows on Bitcoin, but it has not been working out. So I think I'm going to switch into scalp mode right now and just treat every long trade like a scalp. And we'll see what happens. Right now, though, Bitcoin is trying to get a little push. We need to reclaim 101,555.9. We really need to reclaim that here. All right. Zcash about to dump. Filecoin pumping his booty off. Let's take a quick look at FIL. How am I so bearish? Look at all the AI alts. Maybe AI is alt season. Maybe AI season is alt season now. I hope not. You know, I do hold a lot of Filecoin as well. Sadly, this one also went to zero, but let's take a look at the bright side, all right? Wow, okay, so this is nice, man. Filecoin back at support. Amazing, you know? That's how it's the crypto mindset, you know? Yeah, you know, when did I get this thing? December 2023. Yeah, I'm down 95%. But who cares, man? Who cares? I'm up 800%, baby. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Yeah, so basically we're back here at support. If we can reclaim support, then just like everything else, there's a real chance we can come and reclaim this. All right, there's a chance we could come and reclaim that. We have to wait and see. I'd say it looks pretty squeezable locally here. Let's put on Market Cipher B. So we don't have a bullish divergence here. Let's go to our 2-week. The 2-week actually does look nice. Let's go to the month. The month looks decent. All right, let's go to the 12-hour. If we don't include the wick, the 12-hour looks really nice, actually. If we don't include the wick, that 12-hour does look nice. All right, so a reclaim of 3.045 is our first sign of strength. And then we would basically just look for a back test of this support resistance slip that we have right here. You know? That's what we would have to look for. I hope it pumps, guys. I hope it pumps. This has been wild, all right? But we are at resistance. Shout out to Awakened. I'm a proud bottom Filecoin holder. Amazing. You're up 700% in a day. Amazing. Amazing. Shout out to Crazy Waffles 5150. All right. Shout out to Irish Dutchman. Look at gold on the daily. Looks like another leg up. Yeah, I was just kind of noticing that too, J-Boy. We're bouncing from the 50% retracement here with a nice trigger wave money flow. Looking kind of nice. What I would love, and I don't know if we're going to get it, but I would love to just fake out this triangle and then get a pump, bounce from the daily order block around the golden pocket. You know? That's what I would love. Alrighty. Guys, I gotta head out, man, but God bless you all in Jesus' name. I do pray you and your families are all very blessed, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Remember to put God first, family second, and work, maybe even third, fourth, fifth. All right, that's not what's most important in life. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell, and Lord willing, I'll see you guys next week. Peace.